the Labour Party or the Labour government today, amid intense pressure apparently to stage a U-turn on its fantastically unpopular axing of the winter fuel allowance, its policy to freeze pensioners to death. We were expecting some kind of a climb down. The Guardian was running a story this morning suggesting that they would recalibrate this decision and sort of make it a little bit more palatable. And what was Number 10 Downing Street's response today? It was to issue a statement saying, no. Basically, I've got the statement here. It says, the Prime Minister fully intends to carry on freezing pensioners to death. It's an unusual statement, but I mean, see, that's basically what they said today. Don't these people have any clue? Do they not know why they got such a shellacking by Reform last week? One of the main reasons was the axing of the winter fuel allowance. Another one was the net zero lunacy. And what they're doing now is doubling down on those two phenomenally unpopular policies, almost like a sort of sulky kid stamping their feet and saying, you can't tell me what to do, we're going to carry on. I mean, they're just inept and weird, don't you think?
It's what I expected, if I'm absolutely honest. Once we saw that incredible victory for Reform last Thursday, I suspect it made it clear to Keir Starmer that all the things which I've been saying to you about Labour in the last couple of months, Kev, how they have begun to recognise common sense, begun to take a sensible line on trans, begun to row back a little bit on net zero. We had Rachel Reeves and Tony Blair and various other people saying that net zero is not the way to go, that they cannot actually match Reform in those red wall seats, and that they'd better retrench quickly. Otherwise, they're going to lose even more seats to the Lib Dems and to the Green Party in the south and our university cities. And I think that is what you're going to see over the next 2 or 3 years. They're going to pull away from pretending to give a monkeys about the British working class and its aspirations about immigration, about net zero, about transgenderism. And I think you're going to see them kind of cozying up a little bit more to the lifestyle left, which they were once, which was once part of the entire party. So it didn't surprise me at all.
I mean, that was a stunning political earthquake we saw last Thursday and Friday.
And shouldn't be underestimated.
I absolutely agree, but I heard one Labour commentator or one Labour apparatchik last week tell Alex Phillips, it was, on this channel. She said, what do you make of it? I mean, this is extraordinary. 676 council seats. Reform have taken control of 10 councils. They had an extraordinary, remarkable victory in Runcorn. And do you know what he said? I wouldn't read too much into it.
Well, you're going to hear a bit of that. You're going to hear. And this is what I've written about for The Spectator this week. They're going to say, it's just a bunch of council seats, you can't read too much into it. That's number one. They're also going to say, just wait until Reform has to run a few councils. Then we'll see how useless they are. Let me tell you about that. As soon as Reform run these councils, it will be a battle between Reform running the council and the council staff, backed by the unions and backed by the government, trying to stop Reform doing what they want to do. And I know whose side the voter and the ratepayer is going to be on in that particular battle. So you're going to hear that as well. You'll also hear a bit more about how all Reform voters are thick as mince. We've already heard some of that. Just as we did worked really well during Brexit for the Remain camp, that one, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did. What do you make of that convicted fraudster, the ex-Transport Secretary? She wrote a piece in the Times yesterday, Louise Haigh. She's got the solution. She has a great advice for Keir Starmer. She said, what we have to do is raise taxes. They're very astute, some of these Labour politicians, aren't they?
They're very clever, aren't they? Yeah. I mean, what they need to do quite clearly and quickly is to lower taxes for the lowest band of tax. That is really what they ought to do. If they really cared about the working class, that is what they would do. But of course they don't. They're a middle class party which has been pretending.
Hello. Rod seems to have frozen. Oh, he's back. Hang
I
on.
had an argument with Rosie Duffield, who I adore, about how I. Sorry, I had an argument with Rosie Duffield about this a bit ago, and Rosie was saying to me that I quite like what Labour is doing at the moment, and she said, no, you've got it all wrong. It's just good luck that they've managed to come up with a few good policies. They don't mean it. And she was absolutely right. Rosie was absolutely right.
Yeah, well, I think you and I had that debate as well, and you.
Yeah. You were right as well.
I was right as well. You forgot me. I was right
about everything,
and you were wrong.
Yeah.
Listen, Rod, you're invariably right and very rarely wrong. It's just your constitutional sort of desire to somehow see a glimmer of hope in the darkness of this Labour government. I know where you're coming from, but mate, you are doomed to disappointment, I'll tell you. It's great to talk to you, Rod, as always. Thank you so much, mate.